Your child's favorite app just changed its rules, and the company didn't even tell you. This quietly dictates exactly what your kid sees, who talks to them, and how their developing brain responds to every swipe. Most parents think reading the terms of service protects their family, but that common advice actually gets it completely backwards. By the end of this, you will know exactly how to audit any app in 5 minutes, making your home a lot calmer and your child a lot safer. We all want to believe that the apps our kids use are built with their safety in mind. You hand over the tablet, they go to their room, and you get 20 minutes of peace to make dinner. But behind that quiet living room, a massive shift is happening in how tech companies are legally required to treat young users. For years, the burden was entirely on us. We had to dig through confusing settings, guess what the default privacy meant, and constantly police screen time. Now, a major wave of new legal requirements is finally forcing these companies to change how they operate behind the scenes. But there was one real problem. The moment these new rules were announced, tech companies started using a lot of legal jargon, making it sound like everything was fixed when the reality is much more complicated. What these new laws actually mandate is a fundamental shift from making apps addictive to making them safe by design. Instead of expecting parents to build a fortress around their kids, the law now requires the apps themselves to be the fortress. Let us translate what this actually means for your family, because the details are where the magic happens. The first major requirement is about default settings. Under the new rules, any account recognized as belonging to a minor must have the highest privacy settings turned on automatically. That means no public profiles, no location tracking, and no open direct messages from strangers right out of the box. You should not have to hunt through a maze of menus to protect your child. The protection needs to be there the second they log in. The second major shift targets the algorithm. You know that endless, scrolling feed that seems to know exactly what will keep your child watching? The new requirements force platforms to give parents and kids a way to turn off that algorithmic manipulation. They have to provide a chronological feed, or at least a neutral feed, so your child is being shown content based on time, not based on what keeps them hooked. And this one small shift changes everything for your child's attention span and mood. Finally, the law tackles targeted advertising. Kids are incredibly vulnerable to marketing. When an app tracks what your child clicks on and uses that data to serve them personalized ads, it is not just annoying, it is manipulative. The new requirements strictly prohibit targeted advertising to minors. If an app wants to show ads, those ads have to be generic, and they cannot use your child's behavioral data to decide what to show them. But knowing what the law requires is only half the battle. What happened next surprised even me when I started looking closely at the apps my own kids use. The companies know the law is coming, so many of them are rushing to update their terms of service just enough to look compliant, while leaving the actual user experience exactly the same. They check the legal box, but they do not change the design. That is why you cannot just trust the app's marketing. You have to verify it yourself. If you want calmer, more confident parenting in a screen-filled world, sticking around is probably the simplest way to stay one step ahead of what your kids are facing. So, how do you actually check if your child's favorite apps are truly complying with these safety standards? You do not need a law degree. You just need 5 minutes and a simple mental checklist. I want you to picture this. You sit down with your child, you open their favorite app together, and you run through these 5 quick checks. It turns a stressful confrontation into a collaborative investigation. You are not taking the phone away. You are teaching them how to be a smart digital citizen. Let us walk through the exact 5 things you need to look for. The first check is the default privacy test. Open the app's settings and look at the privacy or security section. If the app is already set up, ask your child to show you their profile. Is it visible to everyone or just friends? Under the new safety standards, a minor's profile must be private by default. If you see that their account is public or if strangers can easily send them messages, the app is failing this basic test. Sometimes, apps try to trick you by hiding this setting deep in a submenu. If you have to click through 4 different pages just to find the privacy toggle, that is a red flag. The law requires these settings to be accessible and clear. If it is hard for you to find, it is certainly hard for your child to manage. The second check is the algorithmic feed test. Go to the main home screen of the app. Is there a recommended tab or a feed that constantly refreshes with suggested content? Now, look for a settings option to switch that feed to following or chronological. The new safety requirements mandate that kids must have a way to opt out of the algorithmic recommendation engine. If the app forces your child to only see algorithmically curated content, with no option to just see posts from people they actually follow in order, it is not compliant. Think about what would happen if your child could just see a normal, chronological feed. The pressure to keep scrolling vanishes. They see what their friends posted, and then they are done. That is the exact outcome these safety standards are trying to achieve. The third check is the ad and data tracking test. Go into the privacy settings and look for a section about advertising or data collection. You are looking for a toggle that says something like personalized ads or allow data sharing for advertising purposes. This needs to be turned off for minors. Furthermore, check the app's permissions on your device. Does a simple drawing app really need access to your child's microphone and precise location? The new laws emphasize data minimization, meaning apps should only collect what is strictly necessary. If an app is asking for excessive permissions and pushing personalized ads, it is violating the spirit of these safety requirements. The fourth check is the reporting and blocking test. This one is crucial for your child's emotional safety. Ask your child to show you how they would report a mean comment or block a stranger. It should take no more than 2 or 3 taps. The law requires platforms to provide easy, accessible, and effective ways for minors to report harmful content or abusive users. If the reporting button is hidden, or if it just links out to a long web form that a kid would never fill out, the app is failing. Your child needs to know that if something makes them uncomfortable, there is a clear, immediate way to get help and remove that content from their screen. The fifth and final check is the parental control dashboard test. The new safety standards require apps to provide robust, easy-to-use tools for parents to manage their child's experience. Look for a dedicated family center or parental dashboard within the app. Can you set time limits? Can you restrict who can message your child? Can you see a summary of their activity without reading every single private message? If the app does not offer a clear parental control center, or if the controls are so basic that they are useless, it is not meeting the new legal expectations. You should have genuine oversight without having to become a cybersecurity expert. Running through these 5 checks can feel like a lot, especially when you realize how many apps your child uses. If you are feeling a bit overwhelmed by the sheer number of settings to change and the constant updates tech companies push, I have something that might really help. I put together a free sample chapter of my Parenting in the Digital Age guide, and it breaks down exactly how to handle these screen time battles and online safety checks without the daily arguments. You can grab that free chapter linked in the description below. It is designed to give you the exact scripts and steps to use tonight, so you can set up these protections calmly and confidently. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Once you have run through this 5-minute checklist and found that an app is not compliant, what do? The instinct is to just delete the app and ban it. But that often just drives the behavior underground. Instead, use this as a teaching moment. Sit down with your child and explain what you found. Tell them that you were looking at the settings on this app and you noticed it doesn't have a way to turn off the recommended feed. Explain that it means the app is designed to keep them scrolling instead of letting them just hang out with their friends. Because of that, you need to limit how they use it, or you need to find a different app. You are not punishing them. You are protecting them from a system that is designed to exploit their attention. When you explain the why behind the rules, kids are surprisingly receptive. They understand fairness. They understand when a system is being manipulative. By involving them in the process, you are building their critical thinking skills. You are teaching them to look at the digital world not just as consumers, but as informed users who can spot when a platform is not treating them right. It is a completely different dynamic when you shift from being the screen time police to being their digital coach. And honestly, it takes so much pressure off you. You do not have to monitor every single second of their day if the environment they are stepping into is actually built to keep them safe. What is the one screen time rule or app setting that actually works in your home? Let me know in the comments, because I read every single one and I am always looking for new strategies that real families are using. Raising kids in this digital age is hard, and the landscape changes faster than any of us can predict. But you do not have to figure it out alone, and you certainly do not have to accept whatever the tech companies hand you. You have the power to audit, adjust, and advocate for your child. Take those 5 minutes today. Open the app, run through the checklist, and take back a little bit of control. You will be amazed at how much calmer your home feels when you know exactly what is happening behind the screen.